Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. And we're going to continue with our 1&done 1969 tournament using Strat-O-Matic card and dice, advanced rules and some super advanced rules, again, of my choosing and the way I like to play. And this is a matchup where we're going to start to see the Big Eight. The top 8 teams who had a bye from the first round will now compete to see who will go to the Elite Eight. And we have the number 1 seeded Baltimore Orioles, who are 109 wins and 53 losses, taking on the 16 seed San Diego Padres, who were 52 and 110, but they did win their way into the Sweet 16 by defeating the Oakland A's, and that was a huge upset. So here we go. Can the Slippers stay on Cinderella's foot, the San Diego Padres? For the Padres, on the mound is Clay Kirby, 7 wins, 20 losses with a 3.80 earned run average. And on the mound for the powerhouse Baltimore Orioles is Mike Cuellar, 23 wins, 11 defeats, with a 2.38 earned run average. This will definitely be an uphill battle for the Padres. The starting lineups are as follows. For the San Diego Padres, the visiting team, Pena is at short, Arcia is at second, Brown is in right, Colbert is at first, Ferreira is in left, Spezio gets the start at third, Cito Gaston's in center. Doing the catching is Chris Cannizzaro, and batting ninth, doing the pitching, is Clay Kirby. For the Baltimore Orioles, Buford is in left, Blair is in center, Frank Robinson is in right. The cleanup hitter is Boog Powell. Brooks Robinson is at third, Davey Johnson at second, Ellie Hendricks behind the plate, and Pittsfield, Massachusetts native Mark Belanger is at short. Batting ninth is Mike Cuellar. At the ballpark, we have Apachatter, TP13, Tribes Fan, and Sean Shiflett. Hope all is well. Again, this is the Sean Shiflett 1&done 1969 Strat Tournament, as he was kind enough to gift me the season. Let me have a little sip of coffee. And remember to check out Tribes Fan 879 as he's doing his Cleveland Indians win streak replay. Just watched that game early this morning. And also check out Apachatter. Here we go. It's going to be Mike Cuellar against Roberto Pena. Cuellar is good for 9 innings before that point of weakness check starts. He has a -5 on the hold, and he's an A bunter. A left-handed thrower will face the right-handed batting Pena. Ball game on its way. Orioles look to advance to the Elite Eight, but the Padres stand in the road. The pitch to Pena. And that is a 2-7. Left-handed pitcher, 2-7. Fly ball to left, and that's going to be out number 1 as Buford makes the catch. So 1 down for the Padres. Stepping to the plate, right-handed batting second baseman Jose Arcia. Ellie Hendricks sets the target. The pitch to Arcia. Cuellar tosses up a 3-3. What will it be? We shall see. 3-3. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. 2 outs, base is empty for downtown Ollie Brown. Brown, one of the better sticks in this lineup, digs in the right-hander's batter's box. The right fielder awaits the Cuellar offering. Pitch homeward bound to Ollie Brown. That's a 1-6. Pick up some sticks. 1-6. Ollie Brown sends that ball deep to left. Racing back as Buford. He leaps, he bangs into the wall, and he makes the catch. Ollie Brown is robbed of a home run. A 1-6 on the split against a left-handed pitcher 1 through 4, and that ball is bye-bye birdie. 5 through 20, well, it's a great catch by Buford, and that's just what it is as we roll to 5. So the Padres make a bid to put up a run on the board in the top of the first, but Buford denies them. Go to the bottom of the first here in Baltimore. No score. The crowd is abuzz with that great catch by Buford. As TP13 plays, explanation point says, wow. So Clay Kirby is up on the bump for the Padres, and he will face Buford, Blair, and Frank Robinson. Not an easy out in this lineup. So here comes Don Buford, switch hitter, will bat lefty against the right-handed throwing Clay Kirby. Cannizzaro wiggles the fingers. Kirby with a quick nod of his head. The pitch to Don Buford, who just made that tremendous catch to rob Ollie Brown of a homer. That is a 3-7 against a right-handed pitcher. 3-7, ground ball to first. Up with it is Colbert. He tosses to Kirby, 1 away. Our good friend Sports Time Machine is at the ballpark. Check out his wonderful channel. And here comes Paul Blair. Right-handed batting center fielder, tremendous speed. The windup and the pitch from Clay Kirby. 4-10. 4-10. Ground ball to short. Up with it is Pena. He throws to Colbert, 2 away. So Kirby looking for that 1-2-3 inning. Padres going with just win every inning. And now bring up big Frank Robinson, the right fielder. Tremendous power. Righty-righty matchup. Cannizzaro sets the target. The pitch to big Frank Robinson. 2-7 to Frank. 2-7. Ground ball to second. Arcia over to Colbert. And the side is retired. 3 ground balls, 3 outs. Great job by Kirby so far. We're through 1 here in Baltimore. No score. Sweet 16. The winner advances to the Elite 8. 1 and done. 1969 tournament. Due up for the Padres. Colbert, Ferreira, and Spezio. Spezio gets the start against the left-handed throwing Mike Cuellar. Here's Nate Colbert. Right-handed batting first baseman. Cuellar nods his head. Ellie Hendricks sets the target. Pitch to Colbert. 2-8 to Colbert. 2-8. Strike 3 looking. Can't pull the trigger on the inside fastball. Another strikeout for Cuellar. That's his second. 1 down. Here's Al Ferreira. Left fielder. Digs in the right-hander's batter's box. The windup and the pitch from Cuellar. 2-7. 2-7 and a 16. That's a single to center. So Ferreira sits back on the breaking pitch and lines it to center field. A 1-out single. Ferreira not a threat to steal. He will not be held on. And that brings up Ed Spezio. Again, Spezio getting the start against the left-handed throwing Cuellar. Orioles looking to turn 2 up the middle with Davey Johnson and Mark Belanger. Cuellar nods his head. The leg kick and the pitch to Spezio. That's a 3-7. 3-7. Fly ball center field. Blair makes the catch. Ferreira retreats to first, 2 away. Ferreira will go +2 now. So it'll be 1 through 10 base runner. Again, they will not hold him on. He's a very slow runner. Padres center fielder Cito Gaston steps to the plate. Cuellar picks up the sign from Hendricks. He rocks and deals to Cito Gaston. 1-7. 1-7. Ground ball to short. Belanger over to Boog Powell, and the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless here in Baltimore. Due up for the Orioles, Boog Powell, Brooks Robinson, and Davey Johnson to face Clay Kirby. Kirby with his warm-up tosses. And here comes left-handed power-hitting first baseman Boog Powell. Kirby, he's ready to work. The pitch to Boog Powell. 2-7. And that is a shot to center. And it's going to bang off the wall for a double. It is retrieved by Gaston and thrown back in. But Powell stands at second. So a leadoff double for Boog Powell. And the Orioles are in business early here in the bottom of the second. That brings up the human vacuum cleaner, third baseman Brooks Robinson. Powell will not be held on. The pitch to the human vacuum cleaner. 4-10. Righty-righty matchup. 4-10. Ground ball to short. Up with it is Pena. Powell stays put. He fires to Nate Colbert at first. 1 down. Here comes the Orioles' second baseman, Davey Johnson. Righty-righty matchup. Cannizzaro goes through the signs. Kirby with a quick nod of the head. The windup and the pitch to Davey Johnson. 5-9. 5-9. Ground ball to short. Fielding check. Pena is a 4, and that's a 1. That's going to be bad news for the Padres. Pena makes a diving attempt on the 1-4, and it goes into left center field. Scoring from second on the 2 stars is Powell. 1-0 Orioles. So Kirby got the ground ball, but it finds its way through into left center field. And Johnson has a 1-out RBI single. So 1-0 Orioles. Johnson at first, and here comes a left-handed batting catcher, Elrod Hendricks. Kirby hoping for the double play ball. Hendricks a slow foot at the plate. Davey Johnson not much better at first. Pitch homeward bound to Ellie Hendricks. 5-6, pick up some sticks. Left-handed batter, 5-6, ground ball to first. Colbert has it, throws to Pena. The return throw back to Colbert, not in time. A good hard slide by Davey Johnson makes Pena go high over him. Couldn't get a lot on that throw. So they get the lead runner for the second out of the inning. Reaching on the fielder's choices, Hendricks. And that goes 3-6. So Ellie Hendricks replaces Davey Johnson at first. 2 outs for the number 8 batter, Mark Belanger, who actually had a good 1969 at the plate. The pitch to the Pittsfield, Massachusetts native. They're not holding Hendricks on. 1-0 Orioles, trying to add to their lead. 2-9. Righty-righty matchup. 2-9. Bounding ball to second. Charging in is Arcia. He flips to Nate Colbert, and the side is retired. So Kirby limits the damage to 1 run. We're through to 1-0 Baltimore. First game in our Sweet 16. Due up for the Padres, Cannizzaro Kirby in the top of the order, Pena to face Mike Cuellar. If you've been following along with the tournament, we've had some wild... Every game has been entertaining. That's all I can say. We'll see how this one goes. So here's Chris Cannizzaro to face Mike Cuellar. The pitch from Cuellar to Cannizzaro. I'd like to buy a vowel, please. 5-6, pick up some sticks. Right-handed batter, 5-6, ground ball to Robinson. He's up with it. Cross the diamond to Powell, 1 away. Nice play by Brooksy. Now bring up the pitcher, Clay Kirby. He's using a pitcher's hitting card of a 1, which you hope to roll off the Mike Cuellar card, as strange as that sounds. The pitch quickly to Kirby. Cuellar looking to make quick, fast work of Kirby. 1-6, and that is a big swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Mike Cuellar, who, imagine if Houston kept him. Houston got rid of so many good players. I'm pretty sure he came up with he was with the Astros before the Orioles. So 2 outs, base is empty. Top of the order for Roberto Pena. 0 for 1, he flew out to Buford in left. The windup and the pitch to Pena. Cuellar fires in a 2-7. 2-7 fly ball once again to Buford. He makes the catch. And 1-2-3 go the Padres quite meekly. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Orioles. Due up for the 1969 Baltimore Orioles. Cuellar, then the top of the order, Buford and Blair. Oh, so Apichatter's saying maybe the Reds before Houston. But he was with Houston, correct? As Tribes fan says, correct. Al for Cuellar. Yeah, I know he was with Houston. They had Joe Morgan, Mike Cuellar. You look at the players they had. I mean, they kept Larry Dierker. At least Dierker was there. I don't know if he left and came back, but I think Dierker was there because I know he was there in the late 70s, I believe. I think. You just go through the players they got rid of. Rusty Staub. I mean, it'd be funny to see what that team... I should come up with that. Make a Houston Astros team. All right, here's Mike Cuellar. Bottom of the third, 1-0 lead. And Cuellar also uses the pitcher's hitting card number 1. So let's roll quickly. And the pitch to Cuellar is a 2-6. And that's strike 3 looking. So Kirby picks up his first K against his counterpart, Cuellar. 1 down. And here's Don Buford. Buford robbed an Ollie Brown homer. Otherwise, this game would be 1-1. Switch hitter, batting lefty. He's 0 for 1, grounded out. Kirby picks up the sign. He rocks and deals to Don Buford. 3-9. Right-handed pitcher, 3-9. Swing and a miss on a nasty breaking pitch. Kirby struck out 2 in a row. Kirby trying to keep the Padres in this game single-handedly. And here comes the speed demon, Paul Blair. 2 outs for the center fielder. Grounded out to short. Kirby takes a deep breath. Arms down to his chest. The pitch to Paul Blair. 6-6. You get your kicks on Route 66. Right-handed batter. 6-6. Swing and a miss! And Clay Kirby strikes out the side. Holy cow. The Padres are not going quietly in this game. Thanks to Clay Kirby. Top of the fourth. 1-0 Baltimore. We've got a pitcher's duel. Clay Kirby, the man who lost 20 games, is holding his own with Mike Cuellar, the man who won 20 games. That brings up Jose Arcia. He'll be followed by Ollie Brown and Nate Colbert. Arcia 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Cuellar, he's ready. He deals to Arcia. 3-4, will it close the door? Left-handed pitcher. 3-4, jammed him, popped up. Belanger at short calls for it, and he makes the catch. 1 away here in the top of the 4th. And here's Ollie Brown, who got robbed of a homer on the great play by Buford in left. Brown looking to swing that lumber. Ready to grip and rip. Ellie Hendricks sets the target. The pitch homeward bound to Ollie Brown. Downtown Ollie Brown. 4-9. Right-handed batter. 4-9. And that's a shot to first. Powell makes the diving stop from his knees. Throws to Cuellar, who steps on the bag. And once again, Ollie Brown is denied a hit. It was a slim chance of a hit, but it could have been a hit. On the 4-9, a 1 is a single. Everything else is an out. So what a play by Boog Powell. And once again, Ollie Brown is denied. Scoring at home 3-1. Good job by Cuellar getting over there to cover the bag. So 2 outs, base is empty. And you can see Ollie Brown in the dugout just shaking his head. And here's Nate Colbert. First baseman was a strikeout victim. He is 0 for 1. Hendricks wiggles the fingers. Cuellar nods his head. He rocks and deals to Nate Colbert. 3-9. Love dyslexia. 3-9 against the left-handed pitcher. 3-9. Swing and a miss as Colbert tried to jack it out of the park. Instead, that is Cuellar's 4th K. He slaps his mitt as we go to the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 Baltimore. So Cuellar is in the zone, as they say. And here's Clay Kirby trying to keep it a 1-run deficit in the bottom of the 4th. He'll face Frank Robinson, Boog Powell, and Brooks Robinson. Frank grounded to second. He's 0 for 1. Kirby's ready. He rocks and deals to big Frank Robinson. 4-4. Does it close the door? Right-handed batter. 4-4. Fly ball. Center field. Defense check. The center fielder is Cito Gaston. That's a 3 and a 14. I believe he's going to make the play on this. 3-14 coming in. And making the running catch is Cito Gaston on the 3-14 fly ball C. So that's 1 down. Good job by Cito Gaston. That snaps the 3 strikeout streak for Kirby. Remember, prior inning he struck out Cuellar, Buford, and Blair. But he'll take the out. 1 down, no one on for Boog Powell. Powell doubled and scored on the Davey Johnson single to left center. The only run of the game so far. The pitch to Powell. Boog is dealt a 4-10 from Kirby. Left-handed batter. 4-10. Hard hit ball to second. Pena. Arcia knocks it down. Picks it up. Plenty of time. Tosses to Colbert. 2 away. Powell's now 1 for 2. 2 outs. Base is empty for Brooks Robinson. Robinson grounded to short. Canizero sets the target. The pitch to Brooks Robinson. Kirby tosses up a 210 line shot right at the shortstop Pena. He snares it, and the side is retired. My God, Brooksy hit it on the screws, and nothing to show for it, as they say. We go to the top of the 5th. 1-0 Baltimore due up for the Padres. They're hanging tough. Ferreira, Spezio, and Cito Gaston. Clay Kirby keeping them in the ball game. And you got to remember that catch by Buford robbing Ollie Brown of a home run in the top of the first. So Cuellar back up on the mound with his warm-up tosses between innings, not rounds, excuse me. And here's Al Ferreira. Left fielder, singled his first time up. Cuellar, arms down to his chest, the windup and the pitch. 5-9 to Ferreira, right-handed batter. 5-9 and a 2! And Ferreira has normal power. That ball is high, deep, and gone to left. Al Ferreira has just tied it up. Buford had no shot at that one. Bippity boppity boom to the moon. Boom goes the ball, and Al Ferreira touches them all. And there is silence here at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. So once again, that was a 5-9 right-handed batter. And let me make sure I'm looking at the right column. And 1 through 5 is a homer. We rolled a 2. And Ferreira crushes it. He's now 2 for 2. And this ball game is tied. A leadoff homer in the 5th for Ferreira, who I believe was with the Dodgers prior to the Padres. So it's a 1-1 ball game. And the longer the Padres hang around, the more they believe. And here's Ed Spezio. He's got some pop in that bat. Spezio inserted in the lineup because it's a left-handed pitcher. He flew out to center. Can the Pisons go back-to-back? The pitch to Ed Spezio from Mike Cuellar. That is a 3-7. He sends this ball deep to center, but not deep enough. And that's going to be the second time Spezio will fly out to Blair. He is now 0 for 2. So Pisons do not go back-to-back. 1 out, 1-1 ball game thanks to the leadoff homer by Ferreira. And here's Cito Gaston, the center fielder for the Padres, grounded out to short. He's 0 for 1. Ellie Hendricks goes through the signs. Cuellar with a quick nod of the head. The leg kick and the pitch to Cito Gaston. That's a leaner. We re-roll that. That's a 3. So it's going to be a 4-4. Will it close the door on Cito Gaston? Right-handed batter. 4 fly ball. Center field. Paul Blair defense check. Blair is a 1, and that's a 4. A 1 and a 4. And Blair makes the diving catch. Unbelievable, as that ball was hit the left center field, a Superman dive, and Blair shows the ball to the men in blue. They put the right arm up. You are out, Mr. Cito Gaston. What a catch by Paul Blair. So 2 outs, base is empty. And here's the catcher, Chris Cannizzaro, who I definitely he played for the Mets, and he might have played for the Dodgers, because I've played the 62 Mets some games, and he's a catcher on that team. Alrighty. Cannizzaro trying to keep the inning alive for Clay Kirby. The pitch from Cuellar to Cannizzaro. 2-8. Left-handed pitcher, 2-8. Hot shot to third. Brooks Robinson snares it. Over to first, and the side is retired. But the leadoff homer by Al Ferreira ties it at 1 as we go to the bottom of... Bottom of the 5th. Clay Kirby back up on the bump. Let's see if his magic continues. What a shocker. The Padres took out the 1 seed in the first round of 16, the A's. Now they're looking to do it against the mega 1 seed, the Baltimore Orioles. Due up for the Orioles in this 1-1 ball game, Davey Johnson, Elrod Hendricks, Mark Belanger. If anyone gets on, the pitcher, Mike Cuellar. I'm going to take a little sip of coffee. Another wild, fun game in our 1969 one-and-done tournament. All right, here's Davey Johnson, right-handed batting second baseman. Singled in the only run for the Orioles after the Powell double and the ground out by Brooks. Robinson. The pitch from Kirby to Davey Johnson. Johnson trying to start a rally here in the bottom of the fifth. 5-6, pick up some sticks. 5-6, fly ball, center field. Gaston will make the catch, 1 down. Kirby beaming with confidence on that mound right now. Now bring up the left-handed batting catcher, Elrod Hendricks. 0 for 1, fielder's choice. Canizero goes through the signs. Kirby with a quick nod of the head. The pitch to Hendricks. 3-3, what will it be? We shall see. 3-3, popped up, foul territory. As they jam Hendricks, Canizero tosses the mask askew, waits for the ball to come down, catches it with 2 hands, and there are 2 outs. 2 outs, base is empty for Pittsfield, Massachusetts native Mark Belanger. Again, he had an excellent year at the plate in 1969. 287, 2 homers, and he drove in 50 runs. That is a tremendous year for Mark Belanger, or any shortstop at that time. The pitch to Belanger. Kirby fires in a 2-10. 2-10. Jammed him. Popped up. Right side. Waving his arms. Calling for it is Arcia on the outfield grass. He makes the catch. And the side is retired. So Kirby comes in high and tight to Hendricks, and Belanger gets 2 pop-ups plus the fly out by Johnson, and 1-2-3 go the Orioles. We go to the top of the 6th. Can the Padres do it again? A 1-1 ball game. Due up for the Padres, Kirby, then the top of the order, Pena and Arcia. Padres looking for another big upset in this tournament. Orioles fans shaking their heads. They thought they were here to see a coronation to the Elite Eight. Well, a funny thing happened on the way to the Forum, as they say. Here's Clay Kirby. The pitch from Cuellar. Kirby, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 5-4. Does it close the door on Kirby? He is a right-handed weak batter. 5-4. This will be a play for the catcher, Hendricks. Ellie Hendricks is a 4, and that's an 18. He will make the play. So 4-18. Pop up, foul territory. Hendrick actually holds the mask in one hand and makes the catch to the chagrin of Earl Weaver. Kirby makes contact, but he is out. It would have been a pass ball if anyone was on, but there's no sense in calling that. And then the pop out. So 1 out, top of the order for Roberto Pena, the shortstop. He's flown out twice to left field, hoping to have better luck in his 3rd at-bat against Cuellar. Cuellar with the windup and the pitch to Roberto Pena. 3-7 to Pena. Left-handed pitcher, 3-7. Hard hit ball to short. Belanger fields it like a kid with candy and fires to first. And that's out number 2. Belanger, an excellent defensive shortstop. RJL518 is at the ballpark. Check out his wonderful channel. As he says, just got to the ballpark. Traffic here in Baltimore was awful. So 2 outs, base is empty for Jose Arcia. Second baseman struck out and popped out. He's 0 for 2. Cuellar looking to make him 0 for 3. Hendricks sets the target. The pitch to Arcia. 5-3. What will it be? We shall see. Right-handed batter. 5-3. Ground ball to Powell. Defense check. Powell is a 3, and that's a 14. Flip the chart. First base, 314 goes to an error check. We will roll the 2 red die. Powell's error rating is an E8. That's not bad. You want a high roll here, and that's a 6. That might be trouble here for Powell. So he's an E8 and a 6. He makes the stop, races to the bag, and steps on it, and the side is retired. Nice play by Boog Powell. As Arcia grounds out. Scoring at home, ground out 3. We go to the bottom of the 6. It'll be Clay Kirby's point of weakness check. So far, he has pitched a gem. It's a 1-1 ball game as the Padres look for another upset to advance to the Elite Eight. Due up for the Orioles, Cuellar, then Buford and Blair. Again, Mike Cuellar using pitching hitting card number 1, which is god-awful. You pray to hit off the pitcher's card. Here's the pitch from Kirby to Cuellar, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And it's going to be another strikeout, 2-9. Actually, he makes contact, choking up on the bat. Ground ball hit to Colbert at first. He takes it to the bag himself, 1 down. Good job by Mikey making contact. So 1 away, top of the order. Buford with Blair on deck. Don Buford, the reason why it's a 1-1 ball game, he robbed downtown Ollie Brown of a homer in the first. Switch hitting Buford, batting lefty. Kirby, grim determination on his face. He is ready. Canizero sets the target. The pitch to Don Buford. 1-4. Right-handed pitcher. Ground ball slowly hit the first. Colbert charges, pivots, tosses to Kirby, who steps on the bag, and they get Buford by a step. Nice play all the way around by Colbert and Kirby. Scoring at home, 3-1. 2 outs, base is empty for Paul Blair. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded to short and struck out. Kirby so far, point of weakness check, going excellent. You want to keep Blair off the base paths. He can turn a single or a walk or an error easily into a double. Kirby takes a deep breath, arms down to his chest. He rocks and deals to Paul Blair. 3-6, pick up some sticks. 3-6, and line shot to the leaping second baseman, Arcia. He snow cones it, falls to the ground, and Blair is out. Unbelievable. The Padres, there's someone looking down. I'm telling you, the side is retired. What a great play. Arcia leaping, extending to his full height, snow cones the ball, and somehow holds on to it as he hits the infield dirt. Blair shakes his head in disbelief. In the words of Rocky Graziano, somebody up there likes me. So the Padres have battled the Orioles to a stalemate as we go to the top of the 7th. It is 1-1. Due up for the Padres. Downtown Ollie Brown, Nate Colbert, and the man who tied the game with a homer, Al Ferreira. If anyone gets on, Spezio. The fans here in Baltimore, they're getting nervous. It's a confident Clay Kirby on the mound. And we will take another sip of coffee. This has been a heck of a ball game. Appachatter says either Clay Kirby or Clay Carroll lived in our area. Yeah, because the A's had 2 Clays. I mean, not the A's. The Reds had 2 Clays in 75 and 76. And I think Carbo hit the homer off Clay Kirby to tie Game 6. All right, here's downtown Ollie Brown. He's been robbed twice. Once of a homer by Buford in left, and then on a great diving stop by Boog Powell, who from his knees threw perfectly to Cuellar, covering the bag. He could easily be 2 for 2. Instead, he's 0 for 2. Ollie Brown pinwheels the bat, looking to grip and rip. The pitch from Cuellar to Brown. Will Brown finally knock one through? 4-9 to Ollie Brown, right-handed batter. 4-9, and that's a 3. Another shot to first. Powell backhands it, but he's going towards the foul line. Spins, throws to Cuellar, and they get Brown again. Unbelievable. Another great play by Boog Powell. Ollie Brown could be 3 for 3 if he had any luck. But luck be not with Ollie Brown tonight, as that was a 4-9. If we rolled a 1, it's a single. We rolled a 3. Boog Powell makes another absolutely fabulous play. 1 down. Ollie Brown actually just kind of giggling and smiling to himself as he's in disbelief. So with 1 out, here comes Nate Colbert. He has not made contact. He has struck out twice. Cuellar has Colbert's number. He works quickly. The pitch to Colbert. 6s across the board. Those are boxcars galore. So that's a 6-12 right-handed batter. 6-12 ground ball back to Cuellar. Cuellar is a 4. And that's a 3. This might go through his wickets. A 4 and a 3. I believe this is going to be a shot into center. 4-3. And that goes right through Cuellar into center field on the 4-3. So Colbert gets on. He is the go-ahead run. Cuellar is lucky that didn't hit him, in the pleasant spot. Definitely would have had a cup check there if it did. So Colbert is on. He's a C stealer. And anything A, B, or C, we go with an automatic hold. He's not going to... Yeah, Cuellar is a -5, so he's definitely not stealing. And that will cut Powell's range down. So Powell goes from a 3 to a 4. I don't know. Do we want to go with the automatic hold? That's the way I play, though. All right. So that's what we'll do. So Colbert goes from a 1 through 14 to a 1 through 13. Here's Al Ferreira. And if Ferreira goes yard, it doesn't matter. He tied up the game with a homer in the 5th. Cuellar looking for a double play ball. Al Ferreira 2 for 2. He's been in a thorn in Cuellar's side. Ellie Hendricks goes through the signs. Cuellar shakes him off. As the first 2 times, it hasn't helped against Ferreira. Now he nods his head. He wants that fastball. Here's the pitch to Ferreira. Cuellar fires in a 6-9. Right-handed batter, 6-9. That's a hard hit ball to short. It's going to be a double play ball. Belanger to Johnson to Boog Powell. And the side is retired. 6-4-3. Ferreira bangs into the pitcher's best friend, the DP. Double play. To the bottom of the 7th we go, and the upstart Padres are deadlocked with the powerhouse Baltimore Orioles 1-1. Clay Kirby, point of weakness check once again. It will be Frank Robinson, Boog Powell, and Brooks Robinson. If anyone gets on, Davey Johnson. A confident Clay Carroll goes back to the mound. But is he whistling through the graveyard? Does he realize at some point this Oriole lineup will explode and Carroll will be TKO'd? So far, so good for the man called Clay Carroll. Clay Kirby. Now I got Clay Carroll in my mind. Clay Kirby. All right, so here's Frank Robinson. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out to second, flown out to center. The pitch to big Frank Robinson. 3-9, righty-righty matchup. 3-9, ball 4. So Robinson does not chase high and away. Go ahead run at first. And Robinson, he's a C stealer. He'll be held on, which will reduce Colbert's range, or his range will be a 3 now. Now Kirby asks for a new baseball. Didn't like the last one. Rubs it up. Gets back up on the bump, but he has to face Boog Powell. Powell has doubled and scored, grounded out and walked. So he's 1 for 2. Doubled, scored, and grounded out. I put Robinson in the Powell spot on the scorebook. Hold on. Captain White out. We'll fix that. All right. So Robinson's at first being held on. Here's the pitch to Powell. Kirby trying to induce the double play ball. And if it comes to a split, I don't think it'll be favorable. 5s across the board. That's a 5-10. Left-handed batter. 5-10. Ground ball to short. Probably would have been a double play ball, but that's a 4. And a 4 and a 4, that's going to get through, I believe. So once again, the poor range of Pena at short is going to cost the Padres 4, and that's a single. And going first to third is Frank Robinson. As again, the diving Pena cannot make the play. Single 2 stars. Robinson quickly advances to third as he gets around second. First and third infield will move in here in the bottom of the 7th. And Kirby, either a hit or a walk away from point of weakness. Padres get their bullpen up. And it's not really... You're better off with Clay Kirby, in my opinion. Frank Redberger is ready. Billy McCool. Oh, God, they're bad. Well, if it's anyone, it's going to be Frank Redberger. We need a strikeout. How many strikeouts did Kirby have? 113 against 100 walks. So, it's as much to strike you out or walk you. Frank Redberger, 65 strikeouts, 41 walks. Manager goes out to the mound with Chris Cannizzaro and Nate Colbert, and they're going to stick with Clay Kirby here. Infield in, no outs, first and third, bottom of the 7th, 1-1 ball game. Redberger's ready. Here's the pitch to Brooks Robinson. Brooksy is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to short and lined out to short. Infield playing in. The pitch to the human vacuum cleaner, Brooks Robinson. That is a 3-8 righty-righty matchup. 3-8. Jammed and popped up. Popped up right side. Left side. No, right side, excuse me. And making the catch is Arcia. Oh, a big pitch by Clay Kirby. And Brooks Robinson is 0 for 3. So again, Kirby comes in high and tight. You know, you got Cuellar. Where do you have those pop-ups there? Oh, when you got Hendricks and Belanger back in the 5th. And again, he comes high and tight. And he gets Brooks Robinson. So now, with 1 out, let's take a quick look on the Kirby card. He's got some ground ball A's here. Here's Davey Johnson. And Davey Johnson has some ground ball A's. They're going to play for 2. They have confidence in Clay Kirby. Infield plays for 2. Robinson at third, Powell at first. Kirby looking for the double play ball that will end the threat. We are in a 1-1 ball game with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. The windup and the pitch to Davey Johnson from Clay Kirby. It's a 5-6. 5-6, and that's going to be a fly ball to center. Fly ball B. Making the catch is Cito Gaston. Tagging up and scoring is Frank Robinson. It is 2-1. The Orioles finally go back up on top with a sac fly by Davey Johnson, who has knocked in both runs. As the throw comes back into second base to keep Powell from getting yippy at first. So it's 2-1. Kirby made a pretty good pitch, but Davey Johnson, really a good swing. So 2 outs. Powell's at first. And here comes left-handed batting Ellie Hendricks. Still point of weakness check for Kirby. He can't give up a walk or a hit, or he hits point of weakness. Powell will not be held on. The pitch to Ellie Hendricks, left-handed batting catcher, is 0 for 2, fielder's choice, and he popped out to Cannizzaro. Can he get off the schneid? That's a 4-4. Does it close the door on Hendricks? Left-handed batter, 4-4. Fly ball, center field. Cito Gaston is a 3, and that's a 1. Oh boy, I don't think Gaston's going to get to this. As that ball was hit to right center field, Gaston on the move. 3. 1. He makes the dive, and it's by him. It's going to be a double. Scoring all the way from first on 3 stars is Boog Powell. And that is a huge insurance run. And what a clutch hit by Elrod Hendricks. He doubles in the 3rd Oriole run with 2 outs. And that is it for Clay Kirby. As the Padres' dream of a second upset could be coming to an end in about 3 outs in the top of the 9th. So finally the Orioles show their worth. Gaston really went all out to make that catch. And what else can you do? You're already down 2-1. Clay Kirby has just been knocked out of the ball game, and he pitched one heck of a game. So Kirby goes 6 2/3. Is he at 6 2/3? Oh, well, this is the bottom of the 7th. Okay, bottom of the 7th. My faux pas. 6 outs away from moving on. Kirby goes 6 2/3. He's given up 3 runs so far, and he's responsible for Hendrick at second, and they have no choice but to go to, well, Belanger's a righty. They're going to go to Billy McCool just to try to get this one out, because it is a possibility that the pitcher could hit. You don't want to waste Frank Redberger. God forbid you get back in the game. He's a lefty. Oh, God, he's horrible. You know what? Do we have a starting pitcher who can actually pitch in relief? Their starters were not that horrific. They weren't that good, but they weren't horrific. Actually, they weren't bad. They all have ERAs pretty much below 4. And they'd be all making $10 million in this day and age. Frank Rigberger will come in. He's coming in to pitch. So here comes Frank Rigberger. Hendrick at second. Rigberger will pitch to Mark Belanger. And he's going to go with the black pen. Rigberger, 1 win, 2 losses, 6 saves, 3.59. As he has his warm-up tosses. Clay Kirby gets a pat on the back. A good effort by Kirby. All right, so he faces Mark Belanger. Has a word with Cannizzaro. Here's the pitch to Mark Belanger. 3-1 game now as the Orioles have scored 2 in the bottom of the 7th. Belanger trying to knock in another. He's got to duck out on that pond at second. And it's a 6-5 to Belanger. And Belanger is a right-handed batter. So 6-5. And that is going to be a fly ball. Deep to left, but not deep enough. Making the catch is Ferreira. and the side is retired. But the damage was done. 2 runs score. And again, that is a 6-5 off the Redberger card. Home run for a normal power. Belanger's weak. And it would 1 through 3, and we rolled an 11 anyway, so it's just a deep fly out to Ferreira. The Orioles plate 2. We go to the top of the 8th, 3-1 Baltimore, and the Orioles fans are feeling a little bit better now. Joining us at the ballpark, Jack Dawson, another wonderful YouTuber. Please check out his channel. Thank you. So Mike Cuellar is back up on the bump with a 2-run lead now. Due up in the top of the 8th, Spezio, Gaston, and Cannizzaro. And if anyone gets on, probably a pinch hitter for Redberger. Here's Ed Spezio. He's flown out twice to center. Cuellar is ready. The pitch to Ed Spezio. 6-10, right-handed batter, 6-10. And Spezio will fly out to Frank Robinson in right. So 3 times up, 3 flyouts. 1 down. Orioles 5 outs away from advancing to their lead 8. Here's Cito Gaston. He missed that diving catch that let the 3rd run score for the Orioles. 2nd run in that inning. Gaston's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and was robbed on a great catch in center by Blair. Cuellar looks in. Ellie Hendricks sets a target. The pitch to Cito Gaston. 4-9, right-handed batter. 4-9. Ground ball. Hard hit to first. Again, Powell backhands it. Underhand flip to Cuellar, who steps on the bag. 2 away. Boog Powell thinking he's Brooks Robinson there on the other corner. Great play by Powell once again. And a hustling Cuellar gets over there to complete it. So 2 outs. Base is empty for Chris Cannizzaro. Cannizzaro trying to get it to the pinch hitter. As Redberger is on deck, but he won't hit, obviously. The windup and the pitch from Cuellar to Cannizzaro. 5-11. Right-handed batter. 5-11. The single to left. So Chris Cannizzaro singles. He's now 1 for 3. Cuellar's point of weakness check does not start until the 9th, and here comes a pinch hitter, and this will be the tying run at the plate. Oh boy. As Ellie Hendricks goes to the mound. Do we have anyone with any pop? Someone who has wow. Again, the Padres, that's why they only won 52 games. They're horrific. So I think we got to go with Ivan Morel, 255, 3 homers, 25 ribbies. And he's a righty. So here comes Ivan Morel to pinch hit. They have made their choice. It will be Ivan Morel. So Frank Redberger pitches to 1 batter. Okay, so Clay Kirby gave up 3 runs, all of them earned. He went 6 2/3, and he struck out 1, 2, 3. Redberger went 1/3, gave up nothing. We'll have to have a new pitcher, but here's the pinch hitter with 2 outs. Cannizzaro's at first, and Ivan Morel will represent the tying run at the plate in the 8th. Pinch hitter Morel. Pinch hitting for Redberger. Another good game in our 69 tournament. This has been absolutely outstanding. And I'm going to go with a starting pitcher in relief who can throw. Most of their pitchers can pitch relief. Joe Niekro, who won against the A's, can pitch in relief. And I think that's with, there's no tomorrow. Dick Kelly, Al Santori, they're going to go with Dick Kelly. He had 23 starts, but he did pitch in relief, so Dick Kelly will come in. He's a lefty, so that's who's going to come in for Frank Robinson. For Frank Redberger. And if they somehow win, Al Santori will get the next start. We'll just get him ready there. So it's Dick Kelly. Alrighty, here we go. Ivan Morel will pinch hit. MP Fox at the ballpark. Check out his lovely channel with his son. I got to catch up on some videos there. 2 outs. Canizero at first. As he singles, the tying run comes to the plate, and Ivan Morel. Morel, right-handed batter with 3 homers and 25 ribbies. .255 batting average. Cuellar, ready to work to the pinch hitter Morel. The windup. And the pitch, homeward bound. It is a 2-4. Will it close the door on Ivan Morel? Left-handed pitcher, 2-4. Fly ball to center field. Racing back, reaching up, making the catch is Blair. And the side is retired. To the joy of these Orioles fans as they were feeling some anxiety. The Canizero 2-out single does not hurt. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 3-1 Orioles. They've been in a fight for their baseball lives here. So Morel comes out. We'll just leave the pitcher's hitting card there to remind us. So when the Padres come up, he'll be the top of the order in the 9th. And Dick Kelly has to keep it a 2-run deficit. He's going to face Cuellar, Buford, and Blair. Cuellar 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded to first. And he's going to hit because he is pitching a gem. They are not going to take Mike Cuellar, though they have a very good bullpen. And you got Ed Watt, 5-2 with 16 saves, 1.65. And you have Pete Reckert, 7-4 with 12 saves, 2.20. But Cuellar will hit. Cuellar will hit. He's looking to go the distance for the 3-1 win. Cuellar again uses the pitcher's hitting card number 1, which sucks. The pitch from Kelly to Cuellar. This should be a quick out. But it's a 4-5, so it's going to be off the Kelly card. Cuellar is a weak left-handed batter, lefty-lefty matchup. So 4, 5, and an 8, and Cuellar singles! Holy cow, Mike Cuellar choking up on the bat, slaps the ball to right. Had he had normal power, it would have been a homer, but he has weak power. 1 through 8 a homer. We rolled an 8, so a blooper flying in from right was Ollie Brown. He made a diving attempt. He smothered the ball. So Cuellar is on with a blooped single. And that's not a good start for Dick Kelly. So Cuellar is on. Runs extremely slow. That brings up the switch hitter Don Buford, who will now bat from the right side because Kelly's a lefty. Buford is 0 for 3. 2 groundouts and a strikeout, but he did rob Ollie Brown of a homer in the top of the first. Kelly hoping for the double play ball. Buford with good speed at the plate. Here's the pitch. 5-8. Right-handed batter. 5-8. Ground ball to second. Arcia's a 3, and that is a 9. I don't think they'll turn 2 on it, but I don't think it's a hit either. So a 2-9 goes to an error check. They still might turn 2. Arcia is an E22. He needs a high roll here with the red die. And that's an 8. He might get that. So he's an E20. What did I say? E22. E22. 8. That's a double play ball. 4-6-3. Great job by Kelly. Nice play by Arcia. Backhanding it. Pivoting. Throwing to Pena. Excellent relay throw to Colbert at first. And there are 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. 4-6-3, excuse me. So Cuellar is off the base paths, probably to the relief of Earl Weaver. Two outs, base is empty for Paul Blair. Blair 0 for 3. Ground out to short, strikeout, and then that phenomenal catch, the snow cone leaping catch by Arcia as he cradled it and held on to it as he hit the dirt of the infield. Kelly nods his head. Cannizzaro sets the target. The pitch to Paul Blair. 5-8 to Blair. Right-handed batter. 5-8. Ground ball to second. Rinse and repeat. And again, Arcia's a 3. We rolled a 7. 3-7. He charges. He flips to first. The stretch by Colbert. And they just get Paul Blair as a 3-7 is a ground ball C. So Arcia flashing the leather at second. The Orioles are retired in the bottom of the 8th. We go to the top of the 9th. 3-1 Baltimore. Mike Cuellar, 3 outs away from a complete game victory and advancing the Orioles to the Elite 8. It has been a tough game, a well-pitched game, and what has killed San Diego is their lack of range defensively on their team. Here we go. Padres need 2 to tie and more to go ahead. Top of the order, Cuellar to face Roberto Pena, who's 0 for 3, 2 flyouts and a groundout. Cuellar is ready to work. The pitch to Pena. 4-2. How do you do? Right-handed batter. 4-2. And an 18. Line shot. And Belanger makes a step and a dive, denying Pena the hit. The Orioles have really flashed the leather today, folks. Line out 6. What a great play by Belanger. They throw it around. Another hit denied by Baltimore Leather. So 1 out, and that brings up Jose Arcia. As MP Fox is pulling for the upset. Padres got into the Sweet 16 after fighting their way out of the first round of 16 by upsetting the A's 5-4, and that was one heck of a ball game. Every game in this series, in this tournament, 1&done, has been outstanding. We almost had a perfect game. The Senators pitcher, Dick Bausman, I forgot his last name now, but he almost threw a perfect game. Went to the 8th inning. Finally gave up a hit. Here's Arcia. He's 0 for 3. A strikeout, a pop-out, and a ground-out. He's got to get on to bring the tying run to the plate. Nolly Brown. The windup and the pitch from Cuellar to Arcia. 2-10. Left-handed pitcher. 2-10. Fly ball right field. Bosman. Thank you, Appichatter. And making the catch is Frank Robinson. The Orioles, it's been a tough road to hoe here. but they're 1 out away from advancing to the Elite Eight. And here's Ollie Brown, who could easily be 3 for 3. But downtown, Ollie Brown is 0 for 3. He was robbed of a homer in the first on the leaping catch by Buford in left. Then robbed twice by Boog Powell on great plays on balls hit to first. And now Ollie Brown tries to extend the game and give Padres fans some hope. Down 3-1. Ollie Brown pinwheels the bat. Grim determination on his face. Cuellar, cool as a cucumber, up on the bump. Takes a deep breath. Arms down to his chest. The windup and the pitch to downtown. Ollie Brown, 5-5. And ball 4. Ollie Brown battles Cuellar to a walk. 5-5. So Brown finally makes it to first base via the free pass. And here comes a tying run at the plate. Nate Colbert. Ferreira on deck. Ferreira homered to score the only run and knock in the only run for the Padres. Back in the 5th. Colbert 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts, but he did single in his last at-bat. Hendricks goes out to the plate. Earl Weaver comes out. And that's it. That's it for Cuellar. So with Cuellar goes 8 2/3, here comes Eddie Watt. That's it for Cuellar. They're going to go to Eddie Watt. Cuellar, 8 2/3. He's responsible for Ollie Brown at first. He's only given up 1 run so far. And Cuellar struck out 1, 2, 3, 4. I like to keep track of strikeouts. So it'll be Eddie Watt, 5 wins, 2 losses, 1.65 earned run average, and 16 saves. They're not going to fool around. Not that Cuellar couldn't do it, but they're going to go with Eddie Watt to get this final out and propel the 1-seeded Orioles to the Elite Eight. Again, a tremendously tough game. The Padres, no quitting the Padres. And Watt. W-A-T-T. All right. So here's Watt. He is a right-handed thrower, good for 2 innings, but they just need 1 out. Here's Nate Colbert, righty-righty matchup. Colbert wants that 3 column. Can he tie it up with 1 mighty swing of the bat? And there'll be Orioles fans puking all over the place here at Memorial Stadium. Watt has a final word with Ellie Hendricks. Hendrick back behind the plate. Sets the target. Here's the pitch from Watt to Nate Colbert. 4-6. Righty-righty matchup. 4-6. Fly ball deep center field. Left center gap, racing over, reaching out, making the catch is Paul Blair, and the ball game is over. The Orioles survive the threat from the Padres. They hold on to win 3-1. Again, that was a 4-6. Let's do our double check. Double 1 or a 2. We rolled a 16. It's a great catch in left center field by the speedy Paul Blair. And that is it. The Orioles make it to the Elite Eight, but it was not easy at all. Wow, another great ball game in our 1-and-done 1969 tournament. So Cuellar is the winning pitcher. Eddie Watt gets the save. The losing pitcher, Clay Kirby, he gave it his all, like Bogey and Bacall, but it was not enough. 3-1. Orioles. And the Orioles advance to the Elite Eight. was a very tough game. Our next game will be the Mets, who are also one of the top 8 teams. So they had a bye. They had a bye, the Metropolitans. They are the 2 seed overall. And they will play another surprise team, the Montreal Expos, who upset the Pittsburgh Pirates 8-6. So we're going to see La Grande à l'Orange, Rusty Staub, taking on the New York Metropolitans and Tom Seaver. So there you have it. Another wonderful game. The O's win 3-1. They advance to the Elite Eight. I'd like to thank you for your time. Check out all the wonderful YouTube content creators in our community. Be smart, stay safe. God bless. You know it's coming. Peace! Orioles advance on a tough 3-1 win over the Padres to the Elite Eight in our 1-and-done 1969 tournament.